Aloha, aloha, aloha. Welcome on Wednesday V. Aloha, beautiful soul. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to be able to serve you in whichever way is necessary. So today it's Wednesday V, so that means you and the outside world. And I am inviting you to dive a bit deeper into your spending patterns. So why would I ask you such a thing? Well, because I have learned that my spending patterns had a lot to do with my inner child chaos. Had a lot to do with feeling unfulfilled. Had a lot to do with survival mechanisms. So as these sessions are to make you realize new things. Are you aware what you're spending your money on? There's so much fear at this moment. Another economic recession. There is war going on. There's famine going on. There are all these organizations that are asking for extra money. Your expenses are becoming more and more expensive. So I imagine that there's a lot of fear around money. And one of the ways that you can take care of that fear is really have an idea how you are spending your money and what you are spending your money on. I know there has been a time when I was wealthy, when I had enough money. I had 3,000 euro to come by every month netto, and still at the end of the salary there was some money left, because I had not learned to save. I had not taught it myself. There was no one teaching me, and the only pattern that I had always seen and that I was repeating was the pattern of spending. So no matter how big my salary or how small my salary was, at the end of the salary there was still some month left. But during that spending I would always feel drained. I never spent with the joy of spending. I had a conversation with my neighbor here on the campsite once, and I was talking with her and I said, I managed to do grocery shopping for 150 euro per month, max. In general it's 130 that I have for a full month. And because I do not have more money that I want to spend on my grocery shopping, I will not spend more money on my grocery shopping. And she was having a conversation with someone, and she was talking about it with me, that was spending 150 euro per week on her grocery shopping. Because this lady was not taught how to deal with her money. So for her, spending 150 euro per week on a grocery shopping was the minimum that she was spending. And without having that awareness on how you can change your spending habits, she was not able to minimize that amount, even though she was struggling every month. So you, from where you are now at this moment, with prices going up, what are you spending your money on? At the moment that I plan on going to a grocery shop, I make sure I have eaten. And that I've eaten something not really heavy, but that feels satisfying. So I don't go and eat sweets or chips or crisps or those kind of fruits before I go for my grocery shopping. I eat a full meal. Because when I go into the shop with an empty stomach, I am very much appealed to spend more money. And when I go into the shop with a full stomach, well, they can put anything in front of me. I will not, at least, I will not even be a little bit enticed to take that object or that product. So that is one thing. Like how do you go and do your grocery shopping? If you do it with a full stomach, then you will see that some items will not come into your basket. The second thing is, what are you spending your money on? Like when I had the money and when I didn't, when I had the money, it was a time when I didn't have the awareness. So I would be spending a lot of money on like luxury things because I felt so much sorry for myself. Oh, poor me, I don't have a boyfriend. Or poor me, I do have a boyfriend that doesn't want to see me anymore. Or poor me, I have whatever it was always poor me. Well, the poor me didn't have to do anything with the outside world. It had everything to do with my inside world. So when I go shopping from the perspective of poor me, poor me, poor me, I feel like compensating. So I buy all these things that look yummy, that are like that are put there in an attractive way, and that are all the time are like they're shouting at me, like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I am so delicious. You should try me out. So with that, my food spendings would grow and grow and grow because I would spend so much money on things I didn't really need. And when I went inside, I started also to learn what are the kind of foods that my body really needs. Does that mean I never buy any crisps? I do. Every month. Every month I buy crisps. Every month I eat them. Because there are always times in the month in which I feel like eating those kind of things. And because they are available too. But I only buy one bag of them for a full month. I don't buy one bag per week or 2 bags per week. I do not compensate this feeling of not feeling good. This feeling of not being good, this feeling of unworthiness, this feeling of untrustfulness. I do not compensate that with food anymore. When I open up my bag of crisps, it's little party. It is to celebrate, not to compensate. I have learned that my body is totally not happy with all this dough, like bread and all these materials and pasta, but also like croissants and little buns and those kind of things. My body is really not happy with that. So I stopped buying them, and I have changed to a whole new product line, which is nourishing me. But before I could, I first had to reflect on what I am spending my money on. That was my first step. What am I spending my money on? Is that what I really need? What my body needs? Is it what my emotions need? Is it what my inner child needs? Is it compensation need? With getting that clear for myself, I managed to make different choices. And with me making different choices, I also managed to cut down the grocery shopping list. And not only the shopping list, but especially the amount of money I was paying on it. And I can tell you, I eat so much more healthy these days than I ever have done. And I still go to an organic food shop to buy all my food. And I still go to a farmhouse to buy all my fruits and vegetables. I don't choose for like cheap environments for my grocery shopping. I choose for what is really healthy, what has the philosophy that combines with mine, and what is really nurturing me. And crisps, really, they are not nurturing my body, they are nurturing my inner child. And I have to be careful with nurturing my inner child with this kind of junk food, because I love it too much for that. And sometimes we need to restrict things. Well, I hope this is giving you some insights. I'm wishing you a beautiful day. I'm wishing for you that you are making a list. Go through the bills, the receipts that you have from your grocery shopping or any other shopping that you're doing, and find out, is this really necessary at this moment? And for what is it necessary? There's nothing wrong that you want to compensate certain things. There's nothing wrong that you want to have that luxury bath foam because you want to give yourself a treat. But when it comes from a neediness that is not giving you that treat, then you may need to change your perspective. You may need to change your tactic. Wishing you a lot of love, sending you a lot of love, and aloha. Bye bye, dear soul. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, beautiful soul. If there's anything I want you to take from these videos, then it is the permission for you to shine your light. It's the most important thing. So go ahead, shine your light. I love you. Bye bye.